Let's see if this works. So I'm going to have a go at Outsmart the Barbarians, which is what I've done before, and I'm going to try it on Brutal. This is promising. Yay! So the first thing we're going to do is, well, we don't have many places to choose to start, but we're going to start here so that we can go that way up and keep the commander moving in the direction that we want to move him. We're going to play Armada because we're going to go for a bot strategy. And in particular, the welders and sharpshooters are a really good combination against the AI here. Now, it's normally a wind map. However, as we can see, the wind level has dropped to 4.6. So for our first power plant, it'll likely be solar, but it is also picking up. So let's see. Yeah, we can go with wind on this. Anything above 7, typically you want to go for wind. And we're going to open bots, obviously. I have no idea if the audio is working correctly or not. I have no idea if there are audio issues. This is my second ever stream, so feedback very much welcome. We're going to start off with getting 2 construction bots. The idea being that one of them can go around and populate that part of the island, the other can populate that part of the island. There are 3 AIs, so we are expecting them to be attacking us with hovercraft and ships from the sides. So after getting the 2 construction bots, we're going to get pawns. Lots and lots of pawns, or quite a few pawns, and we're going to attack with them. Try and cause a little bit of damage, cause some problems, and see what we can achieve. So we can queue up some metal production, and also some power production with that construction bot. Our power's dropping a little bit, so let's balance that. Let's get that wind turbine up while we boost out the remainder of this. Now, before that one goes and builds a bunch of metal extractors, we're going to build a nano turret, which will give the commander a bit more flexibility in moving away from the structure here, because at the moment the commander is the reason that we're able to produce stuff quickly, and that's not a long-term solution if we want the commander to move forwards, especially if we want to capture these 2 mexes here. Now, it's worth bearing in mind, the nano turret will, construction turret, sorry, will consume a lot of power while it's being built. They are very energy expensive. So you need to make sure you've got plenty of energy production before you start building one of these. I think we have enough. So we're going to get the commander to assist with the construction of more pawns, because we want to have plenty of them, and this is the fastest way to rush them out, is to use the commander as well. Oh, we actually don't have enough energy. And wind is really high, so that's worth bearing in mind. So we've got 10 pawns. So I suppose we've got a radar up, just to give us an idea if something is coming around the side. What I forgot to do, I've got to build some resurrection bots, because there is a bunch of reclaim on this map that's really good to go for. Really helpful. And we're now short on metal, so now will be the perfect time to be reclaiming. Second best time is as soon as possible. So that one there. Oh. So we don't want to engage that laser turret straight on. As you can see, they've got some hovercraft, they've got some tanks. So we're going to try and engage one thing at a time where possible. Or, if we can't, we're going to get right up in their face. The hovercraft are tough. And we don't want to fight within range of that laser turret if we can help it. So avoid the... Oh, no, they have two. Okay, we're backing off. We're definitely backing off here. We're not going to win that fight. That's going to go very badly. 1 rock, 2 rock, 3, 4. I think those are all the rocks. Find out. So we're going to get another construction bot. And we're going to cut Pee-wee production for now. So because we're against the AIs, we can play against them differently to how we'd play against a human. Against a human, we'd want to be constructing more and more pawns. We'd want to swap to hammers maybe. Or hammers, sorry. There goes something else now. It is the maces or the centurions. Those are the things that we'd be wanting to swap to at this stage. But we're against the AI. And this means that we have certain opportunities and options here. So, for example, we can just go for static defenses.
Low power.
We can be short on power for a little bit. Let's make sure that we are not too short on power. So the resurrection bots can grab some power for us. Finish that off. But we're short on power because we're trying to build another one of the construction turrets. So this K-bot here is now going to build us a storage, and then we can start production of tier 2, which again, for a multiplayer game, this would be incredibly early. Obviously the AI does get some nice advantages because of the fact that they have resources that are brutal, so we do have to be careful. But the main aim here is we're just trying to prevent the AI from going, yes, easy win, I can just walk straight in. We don't want them doing that. So we can reclaim this. We can see they've put the hovercraft on the water there. That's the radar being useful. I think it would be worth getting another radar at some point. Got to work out exactly where to put it. So he's now going to start, or him I suppose, he's now going to start building a bunch of wind turbines, which will provide us with the power we need. We're reclaiming our tier 1 lab, which will give us the metal boost for the tier 2 lab. Sentry being attacked, so they've got something in the water that is attacking that. Oh, it's a missile hovercraft. Okay, that's been taken care of nicely. Excellent, we've got our tier 2. So we're going to start off by upgrading some metal extractors. One of the AIs may well go air, so we need to be prepared for that. We can also see that they are sending a hovercraft there. So the way to counter that is to attack them. When you attack the AI, often it will pull troops back. This is an anti-air hovercraft. Oh no, it's a fast attack hovercraft, so not a serious concern, but we do have to be careful. So we'll keep these two here so they can start repairing stuff as it gets attacked, or reclaiming the item itself. Oh dear, lost all my peewees. That's less great. This may not be going the way I hoped it would.
Metal extractor lost.
So we're losing a metal extractor. That's not really a big deal. It is only a scout, so hopefully that's not really too much of a problem. So we've got our first welder. They are very powerful against tier 1 units. And they're quite powerful against tier 2 units as well, but more importantly, they're just something that's going to block the enemy a bit.
Radar lost.
Be careful not to lose the commander here.
Low power.
We are also short on power right now, which is less great. So we can use those resurrection bots to get some more power. We're low on power because sharpshooters are incredibly power hungry. And we're building another nano turret, a construction turret. So let's reclaim that pawn. So that's problem solved there. Let's keep him moving around a bit. Ah, there's the hovercraft.
Aircraft spotted.
There's the aircraft I was expecting at some point. basic AA turret will shoot them down nicely. Right, we have our sharpshooter. Now we're going to go for a Moho geothermal. Yep.
Low
Right, so we're going to put our
power.
line back. There's no advantage to holding the front there at this stage, especially as they're starting to flank us. In fact, this could be quite a serious problem if we're not careful. Because of the health on those things, we can just reclaim them with nano turrets. That is actually a viable solution here. However, what we'll also do is we'll get a missile turret. That will be better against them later. This is not going the way it went last time. I did much easier
Low
last time.
power. Metal extractor lost. Metal extractor lost.
So we're going to cut sharpshooter production completely at this stage. We're just going to get welders, because sharpshooters just cost too much energy. These guys can repair some stuff before they go anywhere.
Metal extractor
It's
lost.
not going well. I may have to give up. I may have teched up too early. Last time I played the AI, I wasn't nearly as aggressive.
Metal
as this.
extractor lost.
Wind
T2
secure.
unit detected.
So their aircraft are there, which is very annoying. So we can build our own aircraft.
Metal extractor lost.
Killing advanced construction bots. Yeah, this is GG. So, looks like that's failed. Let's try again. So yeah, we were on a par with 2 of the AIs, so that's a good sign, I think. So next time I need to keep the aggression up a little bit longer, and maybe swap into tier 2 a little bit more slowly, and make sure I've got my side defences sorted. I think that having the Pee-wees, run into a problem was not a great idea. But the welder sharpshooter combo is still very strong, so I'm going to stick with that. That worked very nicely. So again, position the commander, minimum walking required, best way of doing it. Queue up the 2 mexes, and then we'll see what happens with regards to going for wind. This is very much looking like a wind map, or a wind game. Yeah, I think next time, this time what I need to do is maybe I could swap into hovers myself, because if I go for hovers I can attack their sides much more easily and pull them away. I'll also be getting the resurrection bots a lot sooner. So we're going for 2 construction bots, 5 pawns, and 1 res bot. And those 6 items there, they are on repeat. I will add in extra construction bots as and when I need by alt-clicking. So here, we're going to leave that one build on its own, go get that mex, and build some wind there, and then continue assisting it. I may cancel the wind, because if the wind is still really high, there's no point in building more at this stage. There's point in building 1, but there's no point in building more than 1 at this stage, I think. Yes. So again, we tell him to go and build some mexes. And we're going to build a nano turret again. And obviously the nano turret does require a lot of energy, so we're going to build some more wind turbines first. Well, with the commander before we assist the nano turret. Here we're not looking to get the pawns out super duper fast. We want to get that nano turret. We're playing for the longer game where possible. Pay more attention to my initial placing. You're losing a lot of time walking too. You're right. It is not the most optimal placement time. What's the audio quality like, Master Bell? Is it coming through nice and clear? Good balance. Oh, perfect. That's really good. Because obviously I can tweak the balances as needed. Right, we've got our 5 pawns. Let's go and do some stuff. Queue up the res bot to go and reclaim the stuff that we want. And the commander is building some more wind turbines, which is also what we want. Because wind is high right now, it won't be forever. This time we're a bit more careful about not running straight into laser turrets, though. That was a bad idea last time. We don't want to do that a second time. Yes, the intention was for the commander to leave the base, and I wanted him to help with stuff. But I can very much see your point on that. This is where we potentially came undone last time. Yep, there's the laser turret. So they've gone straight into hovers again, so we're not expecting air straight away. Okay, there's a commander. We're not taking out the commander. We're going to back off and hopefully survive with some of our stuff. No, we didn't. Oh well. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to get another construction unit because we're going to build stuff with it. This guy, once he's built those there, he can also build some stuff to dissuade hover attacks. The flea can't cross the middle bit of water. Actually, no point in building that there. Commander can, though. Let's try being aggressive with the commander. That's what happens. What's the worst that could happen, right? Well, for a start, they have a scout on outside the base, on land. Not what we want. So we're going to build another construction turret there, because this construction turret is in range of the other one, spaced out. It'll give us more range for building things that we want to build, essentially. We've got a radar next to that metal extractor. That will give us a really good idea of what we're about to fight. I was tempted with vehicles, but I want to tech into the welder sharpshooter combo. Okay, so we're grabbing that. Oh, we are overflowing metal. That is a really inefficient way of doing it. Oh man, I massively screwed up there. So he's got a bunch of tier 1 units. So we're going to get our commander with a laser turret, which will help fight these very nicely. Hopefully. The hovercraft are tier 1.5 though, so that's worth bearing in mind that they are a potential problem in that regard. We're not looking to degun them at the moment because we want to reclaim stuff, even though I am floating a lot of metal right now. Okay, the commander is quite injured, which is less great. Right, Gimp's commander is there. We're going to try and take that out. And it's just going to run into the water, potentially. Okay. Can't go for that yet. So we can take out the Centurion, we can take out the Mace, hopefully. Taking out the laser turret, a little bit more difficult. I just saw an air unit. No, I thought I saw an air unit, it wasn't an air unit. Let's have to go and reclaim that. So we're just going for pawns, pawns, more pawns at the moment. So we're going to get another nano turret because we want to produce more. The pawns are really effective en masse when they're nice and close because they get the flanking bonus. Whoops. I double tapped one and half of my stuff was elsewhere, so that's not great. They are sneaking stuff around the side, so I do need to be careful about that, or aware of it more than anything. Right, there's a laser turret there, which their commander built, I think. Let's not have my commander in range of it, though. I feel like this game is going the similar way to last time, except my resource management is worse, significantly worse. It's on brutal. So one thing that we have done this time is we've got a lot more resurrection bots, which allows us to do this.
Low power.
So we're on low power because we're trying to build a tier 2 thing. Which obviously costs a lot of energy. So by resurrecting things, that saves us a lot of money. So they've upgraded to stouts.
Aircraft spotted.
That aircraft's not a problem. We've got anti-air defense there, and that laser turrets can take out those things. So I really wouldn't worry about those. Just gonna build a solar panel because it'll provide a bit of a wall, and also I need more power at the moment. Now, the Janus, that is a potential problem. They do a lot of damage to pawns, and we do not need to encourage any of that. So we'll go for tier 2. Get more missile turrets because he's got more aircraft. I should have a spare constructor somewhere. A spare constructor. I have a third. Oh, there it is. Building wind turbines. Probably for the best. So we don't know what he's shelling us with at the moment, but probably a tank.
T2 unit
no,
detected.
No, he's gone for hounds. So he's in tier 2, so that's a problem. So at the moment we've got numbers. Numbers very much help. Now they've got a tier 2 air. That is a serious problem potentially. Tier 2 air will just run through a lot of our stuff. Janus only took out one pawn, that's good. Let's take out the Janus quickly. Now, if we take out his tier 2 air factory, that's a lot of metal he's invested, along with time and energy. Can we do it? Not quite. Okay, that's not great. So we're going to just rally our stuff all the way over there now. Yeah, I did realise that as I did it. So that anti-air turret there, that has basically kept it at bay very nicely. Oops, no, the commander's in danger. This could game. Yep, that's game. To clarify, the last time I played this, it was significantly easier for me to win with. However, I've gone back to look at the scores, and I apparently haven't done it on brutal, which might be part of the problem. So, let's try that again. This time, I'll try playing it as Cortex and go vehicles into hovers. With vehicles, we get the Mauler. Very defensive. Submit rating. A con in front. That's a good point. A con to the front would be a good idea. Oh, I can't change to Armada. I have to be Armada. That makes more sense now. Submitting rating, it submits a rating of the scenario to the server, and so Beherith, the chap who makes the scenarios, he can then look at what the ratings are and work out what does and doesn't work. I think you're correct. I also think I need to change up which bots I'm using. I think that's part of my problem. So we're going to walk forwards here, and we're going to build a solar plant there. We didn't need to build a solar plant. We just need to reclaim some trees. And I mistakenly thought the wind was going to increase while I built it, but that's not the case. So, yep, well done me. But a solar plant and a wind turbine on this map is more than enough for building a tier 1 bot lab. OP wind indeed! Some people would even say it's scripted. Those people are incorrect. So, I'm liking the build order that we've got of 2 constructors and then 5 pawns and a res bot. I think that's a really good one. I'm going to stick with that for now. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, whatever it is always the worst one possible. So, it's middling at the moment, so that's good. So we'll build 2 more wind, and then we'll assist with the bot. This stage, I think, yes, I'll keep my commander back in base, instead of going for the early nano turrets. I think that's a smart idea. That's one of the things you commented on last time, and I think you were correct about it. Wind has, of course, now dropped massively. Yes, I've not forgotten early metal storage. I was going to say something, but I was going to say something a little bit later. So the key part is we're sending the 2 constructors off to the sides to get us some metal storage. Sorry, to metal extraction. Which does actually have a smaller metal storage as part of it, which is always nice. So we're going to get another wind, and then we're going to assist with the pawns. Yes, there is. I'm not blind to that. I'm going to try and do a bit more of that as well. Yes, they reclaim at the same speed as a resbot, but they move more slowly, which is a big deal.
Low power.
Yes, I know there's low power. That's why I'm building more of these. So I'm going to build a metal extractor there. Then I'm going to get some laser turrets, because several times in the last few games, having them raid me has been problematic. Now, they have consistently built that laser turret there, so I'm just going to try and go around it straight away to start with and see what happens. It may work, it may not, we'll find out. I will build 2. Slow moving to the trees as well, it's worth bearing in mind. So we can see a wind turbine there. This is nice. So we're just going to keep on running in. This one will come in now. Oh, there's an energy storage as well. Oh, that's fantastic. They explode nicely. So if you set target so that the pawn keeps on attacking it. I was watching out for other pawns.
Low power.
Well, that blew up nicely. Right, and we're low on power again. So I'm going to tell that to reclaim stuff. I just realised I walked my commander all the way around when I didn't need to. Nothing for it to explode at 2, no, but I'm hoping the AI then goes to rebuild it, and it did more damage taking that out than it would have doing damage to something else. So I'm actually okay with that. So we've got 6 pawns this time. No, 5 it'll be. There's only 5 up there. So we're going to try and get a bit more energy. Oh, there's a commander there. We're not going to try and fight that yet. That would go badly for us. We don't want that. So I've got 2 extra wind there. The reclaim bot, or the res bot, is reclaiming a bunch of trees. So I should have enough to burst this out. Should be the operative word. Then again, queue up some more energy afterwards. Yep, that's fine. Right, so there will be a laser turret there by the time I get across, I reckon. So this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap over to hovers in a minute. Let's see if there is a laser turret. There's not. Cool. Let's blow up the max, see what happens. Okay, it's a hovercraft. We don't need to take that fight just yet. So we're pulling lots and lots of energy at the moment, because we're going to need it. Well, we do need it at the moment anyway. We've got 2 res bots getting us more energy. And as you can see, I need my metal storage now. I'll get an energy storage shortly. just need to make sure I've got consistently a bit more energy. You know what? I'll get it now. I've got 2 nano turrets, construction turrets. I'm thinking... Yeah, I'll stay with pawns. I don't need anything else on that. So walk him over there. This chap can go and help him. Our commander can start work on a hovercraft plant. And we'll put it slightly further back. In fact, yeah. Get 1 construction hovercraft, because that can obviously go elsewhere. Right, we've got some blitzes, so let's go take them out. What we're going to hopefully do is get a bunch of resurrection out of this. There we are. So we're going to get 2 blitzes, and then we'll just repair all of the pawns that we, took damage on. Yeah, I will. I'll be trying to do that. I want to make sure that I'm producing decent quality streams first. That's really important to me. So the first one that I produced was not very good. We're going to produce fast attack hovercrafts. Oh, okay. Go time for pawns. How bad was it? So early on, I sneezed twice very loudly. Now, I aimed away from the microphone, but I sneeze really loudly, it turns out. And even with a directional microphone, which I was facing away from, it picked it up really clearly. Oh yeah, I'm sure your first vid may well have been worse, but mine was bad enough that I was not happy to continue in that vein.
Low power.
So, again, get the pawns right in the middle. Because they get the flanking bonus, they do significantly more damage. That's where their power comes from. There's a lot of them, and they're quite maneuverable. So we're going to get... wait a second. We're going to get a stealth mechs, because that's going to be better for us. And we're building up a nice batch of scout hovercraft here. This chap here can go there. We actually haven't reclaimed the rest of the metal yet. We've been busy with other stuff. So let's send some hovercraft over. And what I'm thinking is we'll come up the side there. Keep those hovercraft on the front line. Chap can go there, and we're going to bring the commander forwards as well, I think. You can reclaim those 2. You can reclaim that one. And what I'm wondering is...
T2 unit detected.
Oh, okay, so when are they going to go tier 2, and do I need to go tier 2 now or later? But that's been decided for me. The downside of pawns is that, yeah, they don't have much reach. So you've got to constantly be moving the micro them, which is less great. Okay, so we found the Fido AI, so we're going to be careful about that. Oh, we have a load more of those ready. Perfect. In fact, do I need to change where my nano turrets or which nano turrets I've got? That's exactly what I was thinking. Going tier 2 too early, really good way of losing. Ideally I'd resurrect those, but at this stage...
Metal extractor
no.
lost.
That's a bad sign. Which metal extractor was that? I don't think I'm going to go tier 2 yet. I think I should have rushed tier 2. I think rushing tier 2 with some pork is actually a better idea. He's just completely annihilating me. Rocket hover is very good. But scout hover is even better. Nice torpedo launcher there. Building those inland, always really good.
Aircraft spotted.
So you've got a tier 2 factory there, so we're going to go and try and take that out a little bit. So the weakness of scout hovercraft is they die very easily. The problem with coastal torps is that... Oh, I've got the tier 2 factory, that's good. The problem with coastal torps is that you have to spread them out a lot. Because I have a lot of coastline. Too much coastline, some would say. Right, do I have a spare construction bot lying around? No, I don't. That's very upsetting. I may have been screwed this time as well. Yeah, I was thinking that as well. Okay. I'm going to cut pawn production. We're going to start building that. We're just going to build a bunch more resurrection bots first. Oops, no. Keep those. So we run out of metal, and they have a flyer flying around. That's fantastic. Should have gone air. Unexpected bombing raids, best. Yes, no, it's meant to be right in front of the tier 1 lab. I was going to reclaim it. One thing I can do, yeah. My economy has been garbage this game. I think that's
Metal extractor
one of
lost.
the main things that's holding me back.
Metal extractor lost. Metal extractor lost.
Yeah, I should have reclaimed the labs. Yep, I'm giving up on this attempt as well.
Metal extractor lost.
Yeah, my stats that game a lot worse than last time by comparison. I've not tried vehicle starts, but I don't see how a vehicle start's going to be faster. Oh, I can play as Cortex. Okay, let's try that. Why would you suggest a vehicle start? Because I was going to do a vehicle start with Cortex to get the maulers. Yep, that's the maulers, that's what I was thinking. Very good defensive unit. I was going with maulers and the missile trucks, is my plan. Yeah, that's the thing. The artillery I was less concerned with because the AI will bounce these units back and forth very easily. I think one of the issues with going pawns just now is that they require a lot more micro, and that's me jumping back and forth was part of the problem, I feel. Why does the water make it easier for artillery to hit units? Is it because they're slower? I mean, it makes sense if they were slower. Cool. I mean, I am tempted to just go air. Really tempted to go air. But air is a slow start, so I probably shouldn't. Maybe I should transition to air and do the unexpected bombing run. I'm really tempted. You know what? Screw it. Everything else has failed. I'm going air. So, if you're going air, make sure you have lots of power. So yeah, I've just queued up infinite number of construction units for now. I find words are very well. The AI will build anti-air very quickly, I know that much. Maybe you should go air and hover. No, I think just air would be fine. What could go wrong, eh? So again, lots and lots of power. So we're at loads of wind at the moment. That's fantastic. You will need a lot of power if you're going air. Air and vehicle might well be better. You could be correct on that. You know what? If I go grab those really early, that would probably be a really smart plan. Air will allow me to expand across the island faster, that's for sure. Lashes, that's it. I think a 1-to-1 ratio. I will get a couple of Wolverines, but I'm going to wait until I've got some Pounders. Oh, Pounders, I thought Maulers. Pounders and Lashes. I'm going to get some of those before I start doing anything. So yeah, I'll burn through my metal reserves very quickly, I think. Nano turret there. Yes, that's a really good point. Air does allow me to do that as well. Yeah, that's one of the real advantages of air, I suppose. Island reclaim. Island reclaim is best reclaim? That's a good idea, actually. Yes, I will do it. I'll do it with this con. But what I will need to do first, I need to build my metal storage. I'm going to overflow metal at this rate. What do you reckon? Do you reckon I can be cheeky and get the AI's reclaim? Let's find out. This is totally not a terrible idea. I'm sure it'll work, no problem at all.
Low power.
And wind is dropping slightly, and suddenly we have massive power issues, as to be expected. So the nano turret, we're going to target at the vehicle facility. We don't need to rapidly produce lots and lots of aircons yet. That will come later. Yeah, the AI, well, they were thinking of it. They're still thinking of it. The Lasher, not very strong, but quite capable of taking out a scout unit. Don't drive through fire, folks, it's bad for you. I've also not built the mexes on my island yet. So thinking about it, maybe I should retarget this. Now, Lashers have got quite good sight range, so it's worth bearing that in mind. Okay, that's a lot of pawns.
Low power.
Oh, I didn't realise I told him to build a mex there. That's always a nice bonus. Pounders absolutely annihilate pawns. Just reclaim that one. It's a single pawn, so it's fine. Right, we're going to get another nano turret because, you know, why not? That aircraft survived. Fantastic. Right, let's go build some underwater mexes because they'll survive longer. You can just keep on building wind. So we've got 4 and 4. Let's add in some artillery. Yeah, the AI is not ready to me at all yet. space in area mech doesn't work anymore. That's annoying. Right. Yeah, I'd imagine it is. Let's get a radar there so we get a rough idea if their AI trying to flank me. It's not at the moment. That's interesting. Okay, let's just get a bunch of mexes on my island. Try not to do a Rikers and just try and build everything at the same time, because that's a bad idea. I think I may have enough forces to start poking at the AI a bit. Oh, he's gone for underwater tanks. Fantastic. We can split these guys up a little bit. Oops. Just make them go a different route.
Low power.
Yeah, the AI is definitely playing very slowly today. Or for now. So again, light units versus maulers. Yeah, it's lovely. Also pounders. I keep calling them maulers. This dude's going to be a problem. More problems I missed. Okay, at this point, we now want those two targeted on the vehicle factory all the time. And we probably want a geothermal plant, because power is a little bit unpredictable at the moment.
T2 unit detected.
Fantastic!
Low power.
They have tier 2 units already. As expected. Yeah, I think last time I played this, I just didn't play on brutal, yet somehow thought I had. So we're just going to jump to tier 2 now. We've got lots of resources,
Metal extractor lost.
so we can make the jump quickly. No, stop reclaiming things and just start building. There we go, that's what we want. And we're just going to build banishers and czars. That's all we need. This chap here is doing stuff we really don't want him to do, so we'll just reclaim him. And repair this. And then just rebuild those. The advantage of air. There's more nanos there. Yeah, that'll counter the craft quite nice, I think.
Low power.
radar and a radar jammer. That'll help us shoot further afield. Those are anti-air hovercrafts. I do need to be careful with those with my aircraft. Oh, no, I need to be careful. Guess who wasn't careful?
Metal extractor lost.
Still got the geothermal, so that's good. Some of these units cost a lot of power to make, which is not good.
Low power.
However, with my tier 2 units, I might be able to do a
Metal
bit more this
extractor lost.
time. Maybe not. This is looking like a massive failure of a stream in that regard, that's for sure. Outsmart the Barbarians, not today.
Metal
Though I do like
extractor
the aircraft
lost.
start. I think that worked really well. And when I try this again in a moment, assuming I fail, then I will definitely be redoing that. Right, what we're going to do... Right, let's hope they don't have anti-air with them. If they do, I'm dead.
Low power.
They don't. Reclaim it, it's just easier that way. I'm in two minds. I actually think the vehicles being more delayed might have been a smart plan, to be honest. Main thing is that I'm hoping that this attack here doesn't get stopped properly. So I'm really hoping.
Aircraft spotted.
Aircraft, not a big problem. The Banisher has anti-air capabilities. Main issue with the vehicles like this is they are slow. But they're long range and they're powerful, so that's working out quite nicely for me. Oh no! Light flying units! Yeah, I think I'll be okay. So moving the Tsars forwards, have the Banishers behind them, everything's good. But what I will do is I will get 5 fighters to patrol, because that could potentially be a problem later. That looked like a scout, given the speed, yeah, it's a scout. Right, I'm going to bounce. I will see you chaps later.